This lesson is about leaving space. And I'm not talking about, outer space or anything like that. I'm talking about when you're playing a solo, and a lot of us have this desire to fill up the entire space with notes, just constantly playing. And a lot of times when we're playing blues, a phrase like that, a nice simple phrase, it has a beginning, a middle, and end, and then the phrase is over. What we like to do is let a lot of times our phrases breathe. We don't want to just keep crowding phrases together. That leaves no room for breath. What we want to do is not fill it all up with notes. We just want to. It's like a sentence, like I'm talking now. In between each sentence, I take a pause and a breather. Then we're leaving space. Now you can see what I've played there is kind of like a sentence, again, it's a beginning, a middle, and end. And we don't have to feel pressured to crowd notes in between that, Play what you're going to play, and then give a pause, maybe. And, let your absence of notes be just as important as the notes you play. Sometimes you do get to a spot where you just, it's maybe towards the end of the solo and you want to build up to a crescendo. And, it's okay to add a little bit of urgency in extra notes, maybe speed up a little bit. But 9 times out of 10, you're going to want your phrases to be, we're going to leave spaces in between our phrases, and we don't want to it just sounds chaotic. We don't want our phrases to be that way. We want to leave the space in between them. The only way to really understand this is to listen to a lot of music, a lot of blues music, and you'll hear a lot of the old great masters, B.B. King, he didn't have to play a lot of notes. He would play 1 or 2 notes and let the band play a little bit for a couple of seconds, and you see, I think you can maybe hear that how it's really close to human speech is the best way I can explain it. We have usually begin on our root or a 4th or a 5th, and it travels up and then it travels down, and then you could say when you hit that root again or your starting note, whatever note you started on, when you return to that note, there's the period. Period. And then we can do a similar sentence, I guess you could say. And, we've had a beginning and an ending to our phrase. And it's just not strung together seamlessly. It's got a beginning, a middle, and an end. And it's a period or maybe an exclamation point. It is a lot like talking without words. And, other than that, it's not something you can really practice. It's something that, you got to say, hey, I'm overplaying. This is not some heavy metal solo where, we're just burning up, showing off. It's, it's part of what we talked about previously is not showing off. It's not overcrowding your band members. It's, your licks are short phrases, and if you think of it as a sentence, speaking in sentences or speeches, you will find that you're leaving room for breathing in between. Um, but your ear should be your ultimate guide, and you know, and not what I tell you is what you feel. And I just think that if you find yourself, just playing every note you can think of to play, it's not going to sound, you're not going to get the results you want. And that's simply what I'm trying to say. Just slow it down, leave some time in between. Think about what you're about to play next, maybe, or feel it. When you're playing a solo, you do not have to fill up every second with notes. You just simply don't have to do it. But as a homework assignment, listen to some blues solos, and listen for those spaces in between, because there's going to be a lot of them. And really, that's all for this lesson.